Alright, what's going on, guys? So, the Nintendo Switch, aka codename NX, has been revealed. And now that some of the smoke has cleared, everyone's uploaded their reactions. Unfortunately, I don't have a live reaction since it was released while I was at school. But everyone seems to have released their reactions already. They've uploaded their analysis, stuff like that. So, now that all of that is starting to cool down just a little bit, I thought I'd give my opinion on the console. So, first of all, it's kind of too bad how the internet has ruined surprises, because we've been hearing speculation about this being a hybrid console for a while now, and I was actually all for it. Now, we did see a lot of designs for the controller. I'm glad that those designs were not true. But I was always on board when it comes to Nintendo releasing a console that was a hybrid console. So I'm glad that that ended up being true. So one thing I want to point out with the trailer is later on in the trailer they showed four guys playing NBA 2K17, and each one of those guys had a piece of the, I guess, controller, if you want to call it that. I'm curious, how is that going to work with that type of game? Because you need two analog sticks. Unless I was seeing it wrong, maybe I did. Maybe there was only two people playing it, but it looked like it was four people playing it. If that's the case, then how is the controls going to work? Because you need one stick to control the character or basketball player, and the other stick for, controlling the way you dribble. You want to do like a behind the back or something like that. You need two sticks, and you only have one with one of those pieces. So how is that gonna work? But other than that, if they can pull what they showed in the trailer off, then this is gonna be a great console. So another question I have, or this is kind of a concern. I guess I might as well just get all of my concerns out the way since I'm already beginning to name them all. Is how much this thing is going to cost and what's it going to come with. Now I'm expecting between $299 and $399. I'll be happy if it was in that price range. The only thing that I'm hoping that it has is, for one, it has more than 32 gigabytes of storage. If you're gonna put 2K17 on the Switch, we all know that 2K17 takes up like 40 plus gigabytes, and the Wii U only had like the maximum capacity that you can buy was 32 gigs. So that's more than a game right there for 2K. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I think if this thing is going to be close to a Xbox One, that's what I'm hearing. It's a little bit more powerful than an Xbox One, but not quite as powerful as the standard PS4, which I was expecting. I don't understand if anyone else expected anything different. I mean, this is Nintendo, but if this thing is at least in that ballpark, that's good enough to get the third party support. Even though the Scorpio is coming out next year, which is going to surpass the Switch and probably the Pro if all of these rumors are true. But anyway, another thing about third-party support is a lot of people think that just because Bethesda and Take-Two hasn't come out and confirmed that Skyrim and 2K17 is coming to the Switch, it means that Nintendo is lying or it's false advertisement. Like, you're just gonna have to wait. You'll have to wait and see. It just got announced. Just because they didn't announce, such and such is coming, that doesn't mean that it's not coming. Now, I could be wrong. It could actually be false advertisement, and this thing might not have good third-party support. I personally am not concerned with third-party support because I have a PS4. I mean, obviously, that's how I'm talking to you guys. So I have a PS4, so I'm not concerned with third-party support, but I do want it to have it just so other people who don't have a PS4 or Xbox One or PC, they can look forward to playing games like Witcher or I don't know, Batman or whatever else they may bring to the console. That way, people who buys this thing will not be stuck with just first-party games like the Wii U was. We don't want a Wii U 2 because this is it for Nintendo. If this thing fails, it's pretty much over for Nintendo. They're gonna have to go third-party. And competition is good. We need as many gaming giants to be involved in the gaming industry as possible, because I don't want the gaming industry to become like the wrestling business, because wrestling is there's no competition. WWE pretty much dominates anything, whether you want to admit it or not. It's the biggest thing in town. They bought up all the competition. They're already spreading rumors that they want to buy TNA's library and stuff like that. So I don't want the gaming industry to become even close to what the wrestling industry is. So that's a concern. So back to what I was saying about what's going to come with it. Is this thing going to come with that grip? You know, at the beginning of the trailer, you see the guy first take the two pieces out, and it had like a grip to it that had it had the shape of a controller to make it feel better. Will the console come with that? I'm hearing rumors that it's not. I think this console needs to come with, well, it's obviously gonna come with the touchscreen, or it might not even be a touchscreen, but we'll say the tablet. It has to come with a grip, and I think that would be a good starting point for it. Another thing is the battery life for pretty much all of those things. Like, when you take the little pieces out, those things have separate batteries in it too. I'm assuming it has to. And also, how is the battery life with the tablet as well? How is that going to be? Because you don't want to be out with this thing and it only lasts like 2 some hours or something like that. This thing has to last a good while, because this is mobile. They are pushing this is a hybrid. You can do multiple things. So that's what I'm concerned about. Another thing, and this is something that people have been crying about pretty much ever since it was revealed yesterday, is the frame rate. People are saying that the frame rate looks bad, it looks choppy. Well, I mean, I always say, like, when you watch a game commercial on TV, it doesn't look smooth. It doesn't always look buttery smooth. There are some commercials of games that looks choppy, but when you actually get it, it runs a lot better. And the reason why is because stuff you see on TV is running at 24 frames. So maybe for those of you who watched it on YouTube, maybe there was an option to watch the trailer in 60 frames. Maybe it looked better, but I watched it in standard. So we'll just have to wait and see. I imagine that the frame rate is going to probably be, it's probably going to take a hit if you do mobile. But I'm interested to see if, when you have it connected to the dock at home, will the game run better? Will it look better? I would say this: if usually with Nintendo games, especially first party, they all run at 60 frames. I would say long as like a Mario Kart or a Super Smash Brothers, hopefully that gets announced later on. Long as those type of games run at 60 on a handheld, then I'm fine with everything else running at 30 when you're playing handheld mode, because there's only so much power this thing can have. And it seems like this game, this game console does have higher graphic fidelity, since it's using an NVIDIA chip, which is very interesting, since the PS4 and I believe Xbox One uses AMD video cards. So that's interesting, because I always hear that NVIDIA is better, which it pretty much is. So we're gonna have to wait and see until we get a video where we see everything in real time. Hopefully that's not too long. I know a couple hours ago I read something. Sorry, I have the hiccups. I read something that Nintendo isn't going to release any more information till next year, so we might have to wait a long time to know how this is gonna work. So I'm concerned about the battery. How is that gonna work for each of those little pieces? Well, actually, another thing. The way that you take it out, do you have to slide the two little thumbsticks? We'll just call it that. Do you have to slide them in just to take them out? Because I might want to you know, take a Pro controller with me instead. So do I have to like put the little two thingies in, take it out the dock, and then slide those slide the two things right back out? That's gonna be kind of wonky a little bit. Again, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But based off of the trailer, every time someone took the tablet part out of the dock, they always had the two little thumb things at the ends to take it out. But I think you probably will, because the way that it's designed, like it's pretty much designed to where you have to have it, and if you don't, you probably won't be able to grab it out. Another thing is, when I'm holding it, is this thing secure enough for me to just hold it still and it won't just slide out, like, you know what I'm talking about, like where you're just holding it and then the tablet just slides out. But hopefully it has some good durability. That's one more thing that I'm concerned about. But things that I do like, again, the games are looking good. Hopefully these games run well. Hopefully we're getting some new games. I don't want it to all be Wii U ports. I definitely want some sequels, but I definitely want Super Smash Brothers. We're already getting Mario Kart 8. And I want Bayonetta 2 on there as well. If they can do that, then they'll be in good shape moving forward. Then we can get newer titles and plus the third-party games. So that's going to be pretty cool. So hopefully this Switch is a big success. For right now, it looks like I'm probably gonna try and get it day one. As long as these things that I said end up looking to be alright, then I'll probably try and get it day one. I'll probably try and pre-order it, because this thing is looking nice. Hopefully the accessories, well, the main ones minus the Pro controller, comes in the box. Hopefully we get a nice beefier hard drive, because I would say for Nintendo's sake, and for cost effectiveness, it needs to have at least 500 gigs, at least that. But I'm out of here, guys. See you later.